everyone, I'm Jenny Beatie. I am coming to you on behalf of the 6 Standards for Service Excellence Task Force. That's kind of a mouthful, but that's who I'm here representing today. And I think a lot of you remember that a little while back we started talking about our 6 service standards for excellence that we want to make sure that we're always delivering in student affairs. And so we have rolled through some ideas and some information that we've gathered, and we now have created a task force. We talked to that task force about how best to deliver all of this information and how best to make sure that we are giving our students the very best experience, and how do we deliver that? How do we make all of that happen? And so what the task force came up with is to deliver these 6 standards monthly. So we plan to deliver one in September, October, November, and then we're going to skip December and January. They're kind of busy months. And then we're going to roll back in February, March, and April. And so the deal is that at the beginning of a month, during a Focus on Fridays time, that you will get together with your team and your team will get to brainstorm. They're going to brainstorm on how can we deliver this standard right here in our office, because as we know, every office functions a little bit differently. We all have different goals and tasks and all of that. So we want to make sure that this is created and driven by the people who are going to actually be providing that service. So you'll get together at the beginning of the month in a Focus on Fridays time, and you're going to say to your team, okay, this month our service standard that we're focusing on is communication. And so what can we do as a team to provide great communication to our students, to our fellow employees, to people across the college? How can we make that happen? So you're going to list some ideas that you have. You're going to come up with those together. You're going to list those ideas, and then you're all going to sign off to say, okay, we created this together, and we're going to hold each other accountable to really focus on that skill this month. Then at the end of the month, or at the very beginning of the next month when you're rolling out the next standard, you're going to complete the bottom half of this form, which is super easy. All it is this is what we did this month. This is how we created that experience for our students. And this task, this part of it was a little bit challenging. So we're still really kind of working on this part. But over here, this part, oh my gosh, we got that mastered, and we have done a really excellent job of delivering that communication this month. So that one piece of paper will be just filled out one time a month. So you'll have 6 pieces of paper throughout the course of the academic year, and you'll just turn that paper in, and then we'll keep a file of that. And so then again, you will just start that over again the 1st of October. You're going to get your team together. You're going to look at the new service standard for that month, and you're going to continue to build on the one from the last month, but then work on specifically this new standard. You'll get together, you'll decide how are we going to deliver this, then you're going to keep each other accountable. Then at the end of the month, you're going to go through and you're just going to write down and kind of self-evaluate how you did turn that paper in. So it's wash, rinse, repeat. And we're going to do that for 6 months out of this academic year. All along, we will be assessing students so that we can make sure that we're delivering what we really intend to deliver, and then we'll get feedback from our students. And then as we start this again for the next year, then maybe we need to work on some areas more than others. Students felt like they were really well communicated with, but they didn't feel like we had personalized service, for example. And so then we'll try to continue to improve. So we want your feedback on this. How do you feel about this delivery method that your task force created? And how do you feel about that one-page form? So you can either email Jose De La Cruz or me, and I'm Jennifer Beatie in the system, and we will get that feedback to the task force, and then hopefully we can roll this out really quickly September 1. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and thanks for providing your feedback. Bye.